listening to the Hall of Fame. Here's Booker T and Brad Gilmore.
Welcome inside the Hall of Fame. I'm Booker T, six-time world champ, two-time Hall of Famer. Got my man Brad Gilmore here with me, as always, coming to you from ESPN 97.5, 92.5. Hey, man, it's all about the people. Hey, man, I'm feeling good. Hey, man, before we even get started, how you doing, dog? How you doing?
I'm doing great, Book. I'm doing great. I'm enjoying the winter weather. We're here on the weekend. I feel like it's going to be a great weekend. You seem like you're extra good. But I want to ask because, okay, you're the two-time Hall of Famer, but for people who are long-time reality wrestling fans, one time you were the special guest referee for one of the matches at Summer Champions, right? I think it was Rex Andrews and Gino.
Yeah.
And every time you counted to two, you would show to the timekeeper, you do this. What is that about?
It's my own style, dog. That's my own style. It's my own referee style. That's the thing. These referees need to know that they are part of the show. They really
That's
are.
facts. That's facts.
You know what I mean? So you got to know how to implement certain little things without overshadowing anybody. But when they see it, they know, when you got to pop it. The pop has something to do with, the feel as well, man. So yeah, man, I'm all about the other. You know what? Everybody, I just want to let everybody know I've been having so much fun on NXT. Want to thank everybody for the awesome comments as of late. I feel like I found my groove, man. I feel like I found my spot in NXT working with the young guys. So, man, hopefully you guys will see a whole lot more of me every Tuesday night, man. NXT going live. So make sure you check it out.
Yeah. Well, you're coming off a big contract signing. We haven't talked since the contract signing, I don't think.
No.
You had a big contract signing. Save the drama for your mama.
Yeah.
Was the line of the night. That was a great one. You had several ones.
That's old school. I went back to the old WCW days and pulled that one out. I was like, what can I use from back in the day, that might still pop and say the drama for your mama. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
It's a great one. Now, the wrestling contract signing is something that's as old as time, right? Yeah. In pro wrestling. But they're not as easy to pull off, I think, as people think that they are. We've done contract signings at reality wrestling before. I've been involved in them. You have to make sure that it's not boring because here's the thing we know. We know it's going to end in chaos most times, right? Most times. We know that as pro wrestling fans. So for you being a talent, this time in a official capacity, you're officiating a contract signing. You've participated in them before. What's the mentality going in, like, to a segment like that? Because it's not just a regular promo segment. You're trying to sell a match here in a different way. Like, what's the thought process for you playing the role that you had?
Well, it's just not the role that I'm playing. It's the role that everybody's playing, and everybody's got to be on the same page, and you got to try to get everybody to think the same way. I used to love watching Batman back in the day with Burt Ward. You know what I mean? That's the original Batman and Robin that used to come on television. Mm-hmm. And when Batman had something a point that he really wanted to make, he would snap his head real quick to the side and fast. And you know what I mean? And so for me, when doing a promo like that, segment like that, everybody got to be able to jump on each other as quickly as possibly can. It can't be any air in between when you're doing something like that, because it's got to feel real, and that's what's really, really cool about movies and actors. It's just like I might say, you know what I mean? You got to really jump on that person when he says you. You can't let him go, not 1 inch further than saying that. Otherwise, you lose it, So for me, I'm all about the acting. I'm all about the Shakespeare, Romeo and Juliet, Phantom of the Opera, and to have someone like Wesley and Carmelo Hayes, as well as Trick Williams, as my pupils that I can mold. Oh man, it's awesome, man. So I'm living my best life. Seriously.
How did you feel the contract signing went?
I thought it went great from the beginning to the end. I remember when we first got there. You know, of course, we go over stuff and make sure it's right. And yeah, they came and gave me my lines, and I go, "Nah, I already got it." You know, it was one of those things I already knew where I wanted to go with it. You know, because you can't write "juggy ducky quack quack." you can't put that in there anywhere. It'd be right for me. You know, so
I feel you.
I had a feel. I had my bullet points, and I had a feeling of the way I wanted to take it. But more importantly, I didn't want to put any of the shine on me. I wanted to make sure both of these young guys got the rub out of this thing more so than anything.
Yeah, and I feel like as far as the contract signings go, I mean, I guess with any promo segment, the idea is we want to see this match, right?
Yeah.
And if you don't want to see this match already, we're hoping this segment gets you there, right? That's the idea of the contract signing segment. And I really liked it, man. Trick Williams is somebody who I feel like the spotlight is on him. But I tell everybody, go back and watch the contract signing segment and just watch him. Watch nobody else. Listen to everything, but just watch him. He is so funny. Like, maybe funny is the wrong word. He's so entertaining.
Yeah.
And I feel like he gets love, but I feel like he needs a little more. Because Trick Williams is talent too. Carmelo, his shine's bright, but
I think I put a spotlight on him as well.
You did.
Know, just a little bit of interactions that we had, like where he jumped on me a couple of times. You know, and I really needed him to jump on me in order for me, like he go 3 times, and I'm like, man, in essence, man, I'm not talking to you. You need to shut the hell up. You know what I mean? I'm talking to this man. Then I get to another point, and then he jumps in again, So for him, it was so important for him to jump on me and, not look at me as anything other than the person there that's conducting this contract signing. It was very, very important, So I'm loving it. I love giving these guys their shine, like I say, like the JD McDonough's and the Apollo being down there right now. Those guys went out there and rocked it as well as Mandy Rose. Can't get enough Mandy Rose. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. I tapped into my Joey Styles, man. Seriously.
We and when I say we, I mean the collective internet. We got to talk about Booker T's reactions to Mandy Rose. They're boisterous. They're intense at times.
You ain't seen nothing yet. Like I said, I'm finna start writing some stuff this week. It's gonna be like
don't get yourself in trouble now.
It's gonna be Shakespearean. I'm gonna get in trouble. That's my point. That is the main primary objective. My motive operandi. That's when you go murder somebody. You know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? I'm serious.
LA faced with Oakland booty.
Double up. One time. Oh man, I'm serious. I'm having so much fun. I never thought I'd be having so much fun at this stage of my career. And I felt like it was going to be like this in a certain way because I started working with so many young people back in 2005 when I opened my school, and now it seemed like I'm rejuvenated totally all over again. I'm having so much fun. But stick around, guys. We got to take a break. You're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute.
And if that wasn't enough, you took me on that vacation just to cover it all up.
You wanted to go on that vacation. You wanted to go on that vacation for years.
And you took me just to hide your antics. What kind of person does that?
What of it?
You know what? But I have the answer. Oh, yeah. We are going to choose teams and wrestle for control of this company. Team Booker versus Team Charmel.
Team Booker versus Team Charmel.
Yeah.
My team will crush your team any day.
In your
the hell
dreams.
You talking about?
In your
I got
dreams.
gas for every guy in this company. I own them. They work for me. And you know what? You know what? If you want that, if you really want that,
spit it out.
You got it.
Good.
And I tell you what, I'm gonna fire all y'all asses. All right? Soon as I win, Sam, your ass is out.
Let's go, Gas Bar.
I am so sorry. No one who is in charge of a company should speak like that. That's why, board, I'm so thankful I have your support.
Can you dig it, sucker?
You're listening to the Hall of Fame. Here's Booker T and Brad Gilmore.
Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame, guys. We're just talking NXT, man, and you know what's going on in NXT right now, because I'm telling you, man, it's getting hot. And I need you guys to tune in on a regular, because my goal is to, you know, take NXT to 1 million viewers a week. All right, that's my goal. Is to pump it up, you know, get everybody all excited about these young guys that's coming up, that's taking over the world, and it's gonna be good. You know, I'm tapping into that. I'm morphing into myself, my TV persona. I don't want to do that, but guys, you want to tune in on Tuesday nights.
Yeah, you can't miss it. You can't miss it. And you know what, though, to go back to it, like, you had the big contract signing. We had the Mandy Rose reactions. I do want to give Mandy Rose some props. The longest reigning NXT champion, women's champion, I believe, now. And she even came out on Tuesday night with her kind of, you know, baseball cap backward, I think paying homage to Nikki Bella, who's the longest reigning Divas champion of all time.
Yeah.
And do you still think to this point, and I'm sure some people are going to jump on us for this, but do you think to this point that Mandy gets the props for her in-ring acumen as much as she does for, I mean, obviously she's a beautiful woman. People give her a lot of attention for that, obviously. And she doesn't do a lot to distract from that attention. But do you think she gets a lot of props for the in-ring acumen?
I don't think she get enough props. Like I said, I've been there since the beginning of her journey, 2016, Tough Enough. And I saw how hard she worked that, you know, week to try to pull that thing off, to try to win that contest. And, you know, she wasn't the most in-ring talented or anything like that. And even, you know, the one girl that won it, she wasn't that, you know, great as far as a worker goes. But I watched her work so freaking hard, man. And then to, you know, not make it and then get, you know, a chance to get an opportunity, go to the main roster. And that thing didn't work out for her because she really wasn't ready for it. She really was not ready for the main roster and what that entailed at that time. And then to, you know, be humble enough to take a step back, first of all, you know, after you've made it to the main roster, be humble enough to take a step back and then take it to the next level. And her in-ring work is definitely stepped up. You know, I'm gonna tell you right now, I was there, like I say, I know. So she has the package, and she definitely deserves everything that she's getting right now. And when I say everything, I mean everything.
We have a couple of what you call them super chats, and hopefully the Queen isn't listening right now.
Hey man, I'm just telling it like it is, man.
Well, you know, and I was actually having this conversation with somebody at Reality Wrestling the other day. Is a lot of the times, like, of course, in the early 2000s, a lot of the women that were brought into WWE and even WCW, for that matter, you know, were brought in obviously only for the look that they had. I don't want to say only, but that was a large percentage of the reason why a lot of them were hired, especially if you look at the Diva Search girls. Some of them had no experience. Some of them went on to become Hall of Famers, like the Bella Twins, right? So you never know what you're going to get. But I feel like some people believe there's not a place anymore for sex appeal in wrestling. And I want to remind people that goes both ways, because this must have been a few months ago, my wife had friends in from out of town. It was during Clash at the Castle, whatever that was, right? She had friends from out of town, you know, so the girlfriends are all hanging out and chatting. I said, oh, let me flip on Clash at the Castle. I flipped it on. Roman Reigns is making his entrance, right? Every one of those women stopped, and they started saying, who is that? Who is that? Oh, that's The Rock's. Oh, he's cute. Oh, he's this, he's that, right? And it really showed me that sex appeal in wrestling from both sides is still a large part of this business. And I feel like it should always be. Am I wrong in thinking that?
You know what? No, you're not wrong for thinking that. And I mean, I know I thought that way when I was, coming up. I wore the shortest tights I could find. And and
Right.
and I didn't do that because men liked it. I did that because I thought a lot of women was looking. You know, I
Mhm.
I had nice thighs, man. You know what I mean? Long legs. And the women was like, man, you know what? I was going back to the contract signing,
Mhm.
and and I was looking at it on Twitter, and one of the comments in there was, "Man, Carmelo Hayes is such a handsome man." You know what I mean? So when you don't think he's catering to the young women that's watching it, he should be. You know what I mean?
Absolutely
So
should be.
that's part of the allure of going out there and performing and suspending the imagination just for that moment in time. So yeah, I always thought sex appeal. I always tell my female students, don't ever lose your sex appeal in professional wrestling because you got to understand, you got to be able to reach your audience. You got to know what your audience is coming to see. You know what I mean? Not that you're going out there playing to that audience, but you got to know, looking good is just part of the core. If you want to make it to that next level, it's just think about this for 1 second. Just think about this for one moment. All the singers, all the singers in the world, the women, female singers, rappers,
Mhm.
whatever. Normally they all hot,
Oh, yeah.
right? The ones that make it,
I was
it
just
was
yeah.
it was a group back in the day. Young people might not know about them. They're called Milli Vanilli.
Yeah, of
Okay,
course, Milli Vanilli.
they got a Grammy. Okay, but the people that was really singing the song, they didn't look appealing enough to actually put the song over. So they had to
Yeah.
get two guys that look good. Are you here with me, Manny? Are you feeling me here? Are we, you
But
know what
it's
I'm
but
talking about?
and here's the thing, not everybody has to be a stunner, right, in order to get over. But to say that and I'm saying on the male side and the female side, like you said, wearing the short tights. Roman Reigns, probably the best thing he could have ever done for his career was get them teeth and and take the chest protector off.
I can tell Teeth is so damn sweet. He flash them every chance he gets to. You know what I'm saying? I'm serious, man. No, that's real, dog. That's real. Yeah, seriously.
Well,
I
but
get
it's just so part of it, and I don't know why we want to pretend like it's not. Like we're not all human. You know what I mean? Like it's
yeah.
such a part of this industry because again, it's kind of gone away from it a little bit, but it's still a body industry, right? Like you want to look good, you want to have the big arms, and like you said, you would. What was the secret ingredient? Baby oil. That's what you said was the secret ingredient.
Look at me right now. If you don't see no shine on me, there's something wrong with your eyes. I'm serious. I got, I got this shoulder right here got so much shine on it. It ain't funny, man.
Right.
Yeah, that Johnson Johnson. So yeah, you guys to know how to read your fan base if you want to make it to the next level. Styling and profiling just wasn't a phrase. It was real, man. It was real as it could be.
Yeah, I mean, and it's just been so tied into it. And I think, and I bring this up because I feel like, people sometimes knock someone who like a Mandy Rose to saying, "Oh, she's just only there because of how she looks," and I'm like, "No, her in ring there is there, and yeah, I mean, we all have eyes. Like it doesn't hurt.
Well, wrestling is entertainment. It's not
It is.
MMA, and when you know that's where wrestling is really taking a turn right now because you know a lot of the wrestlers look at it and say I want to go out and have the best matches in the world. Okay, do that. I mean that's perfectly fine. But at the end of the day, your bank account is not going to be nowhere near the guy that went out and entertained at the highest level, okay,
Mhm.
and performed at the highest level, and went out and sold the most merchandise. To hell with a wrestling match. Not to hell with a wrestling match, but
No,
the,
but I understand your point.
I'm serious. You know what I mean? So if that's what you want to do, if that's your end game, as far as this business go, because I'm gonna tell you right now, if that is the end game, um, look at the movie The Wrestler. That's all you got to do.
Right.
And I'm gonna leave it at that.
And here's the other thing too is like when you go and think about just having the best match, think about the movie Rocky. I know we talk about Rocky so much on this show, but like the movie Rocky didn't win Best Picture because Carl Weathers and Sylvester Stallone had a really great fight at the end of the movie, right? Rocky won Best Picture because it told a phenomenal story that came to a climax in the fight, right at the end of the fight. The finish is where we got oh my God, he didn't do it, but he came so close. We got the feeling of completeness, but it didn't win for the.
It made you want to get up and do something.
Right.
You're 100% right. You're 100% right. And like I say, the guys that want to go out and I'm not gonna sit here and begrudge the guys that want to go out there and do that. Randy the Ram, that's what he wanted to do. He cared about. He lived in a little trailer park there. You know what I mean? And played his Nintendo.
Yeah.
He was happy with it. But we got to take a break. Stick around. You're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute.
This is just too much.
Shuggy Duggy Quack Quack. What's up, guys? We back, man. Here inside the Hall of Fame, bringing it to you live like we always do. ESPN 975-925. It's all about the people. Hey, man, how'd you say we had some super chatters?
We do. We got a couple super chats. If you want to weigh in, we got a couple segments for you today, so you can go ahead and do that. Said, remember when Brock flipped the table on you? That was one of your funniest moments ever, the noise you made.
Yeah, I remember that, man. I was so stuck up under that table, man. I'm serious. I remember that like it was yesterday, man. It was crazy, man. But took one for the team.
I do encourage everyone to go out there, and I can only imagine your time in NXT will add to the pantheon of great compilation videos of your best commentary moments, because some of them are just so funny. And the one about Cole, I had a dream you died, was still just.
Hey, man,
I'm not saying you wish that on him.
I'm gonna tell you, the two guys I'm really, really high on right now is Indashir, Sangha, and Veer. Oh my God, those two remind me of the old school, man. The old school. They beat up two kids so bad last week. It was criminal. It was criminal, man. And I had so much fun calling it. I almost wanted to be in the ring beating up them kids myself. That's how good it felt. I was like, this is the way I remember it. You know what I mean? Kid looked like he was still in high school. I had so much fun watching those guys. I'm thinking about managing those guys.
Oh, there you go. Hey, man, that's gonna make the sheets right there. I thought you were going to manage Tyrus.
Who?
Let me not pile on. Let me not be that guy.
Yeah.
Hey, exactly. Let me not be that guy. Hey, speaking of young people, like you said, these two people look like kids living out their dreams, reality of wrestling. Our big show of the year is coming up, and we want to officially announce the date of December the 18th, I believe, is the day for Christmas Chaos. So that's about 1 month's time away. Yes, it is going to be a Sunday special. One of our first times, maybe the first time we've ever done a show on a Sunday, just in time for the holidays. So come out and celebrate Christmas Chaos. And I think, Book, there's going to be some massive matches announced. First evers, chaotic endeavors. It's going to be a night to remember for sure.
Yeah. That's what I heard. That's what I heard. You know what I mean? I'm no longer in control of,
You're not.
day-to-day operations or anything like that. So, but I heard it's going to be some big matches, and I heard, I do know I'll be there. I'll be there. Yeah, my team, the Heat, they will be there. And trust me, it's going to be December, but it's going to be hot. It's going to be hot up in that arena. Trust me.
He's going to be there on and popping. So make sure you go to realitywrestling.com, get your tickets. They are available now. So go ahead and go out and do that. We really appreciate everybody who always makes Christmas Chaos such a big moment. Christmas Chaos is always such a fun show.
Everybody normally show up for Christmas Chaos. It's our biggest show of the year. For some reason, everybody seemed to say, "Man, I got to make that show." It's crazy. In the arena, normally we're normally sold out on that night. So, guys, come on out and have some fun. It's gonna be great. I'm gonna be in rare form. You know what? I might even polish my boots up for this night.
Whoa.
You know what I mean? I might even polish my boots up. How about that? You know what I mean?
We'll see what happens.
I might just get in the ring and beat the hell out of somebody. How about that? How about you people? If you guys want to see that, you know what I mean? Click it. You know what I mean? Wherever it is. You know how you young people are. Always wanting to click something. Click that. You know what I mean? If you want to see
it. Hey, that's Christmas Chaos, realitywrestling.com. Make sure you go check it out. We got another super chat here. This is from DJ1491. One of our nearest and dearest super chatters said, "Man, Mandy Rose." No, he says more after that. "Man, Mandy Rose really revitalized her career by going to NXT from the main roster. Do you see any other talent that could have had success doing the same thing?"
Man, that's a good question. That's a really good question.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
I can't think of anybody right offhand, as far as being able to make that transition like Mandy did, as far as being promoted to the main roster like that. Things just, like I say, I just don't think she was ready for it more than anything. Pretty much getting the demotion, going back, but then having to figure it out. I think being a part of that group Toxic Attraction, those girls are really, really good together. They really are. Mm-hmm. And sometimes you need some cover to actually, start feeling your way through, to actually get better. Those girls been working a while. They know exactly what that Rose scene was all about before they got to WWE. So Mandy could actually learn from, those girls from a certain standpoint. So I think they're working together. I think they all learn together, and they're all moving up the ladder at the same time. I like all of them, you know what I mean? So I'm looking for all of them to actually, do something big in WWE.
Yeah, I can't think of anybody. I'm sure there are people. I just can't think of anyone who I feel like would benefit by going back to NXT right now. I'm sure there are someone. I just can't think of a name or a good name, to give to you. So we'll have to sleep on that one a minute.
I don't know. Did Humberto Carrillo, he came out of there, right?
Yes.
So, and then right now he's kind of like lost in the shuffle, right? Or where is he?
Yeah, he and Alex, oh my gosh.
His partner, what's his partner?
Angel Garza.
Exactly. Both of those guys.
Yeah.
Maybe those are two names that perhaps, because on the main roster, they kind of get lost in the shuffle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think being on NXT would definitely benefit, guys like that being so young and still being so fresh, and having to try to build that reputation. It's hard building that reputation, but, just look at Mandy Rose. She's built a hell of a reputation to springboard off of when she does actually make that trip back to the main roster.
Well, I'll say this too, is like, if you look at Angel Garza, I really thought during the pandemic, remember when Zelina Vega had her own group and it was like her as the lead, then you had Angel Garza, you had Andrade, and you had Austin Theory. That was the group for a minute. And they did not run with that very long.
I mean, it was a good group, but I just never really bought Angel Garza as the Latin heartthrob character.
And see, I thought that he has charisma. The guy's got a lot of charisma.
Not that he don't have charisma or anything like that. I just did not.
You didn't like that matchup.
The Latin heartthrob character in 2022.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I just not my cup of tea.
I can see that. I mean, yeah, for sure. It's a trope.
It really is. It's almost. I've seen so many Latin heartthrobs.
Mm-hmm. We had one of reality wrestling, Gina.
Well, yeah, and going back to the who was the original Latin heartthrob? I can't think of his name right now. Man, I can't think of it, but he was really good. He was a handsome dude too. Can't remember right now. But just all the Latin heartthrobs. It's old. It's an old gimmick, and I just think it's something that should actually, I just thought he could have got over without it. Let's just say that. Yeah.
We know what too, though. Thinking about it, like speaking of Zelina Vega didn't go back down to NXT, but when she took her hiatus from WWE and came back, and she became the queen, and now she's kind of a managerial role with another group. I think that they utilize her real well, and I think she could be something real big.
I mean, but there again, Zelina might be someone that could fall under that banner as well. And really, I just think sometimes the room could get really, really crowded.
Yeah,
and when that happens, it's really, really hard for you to get over. And I say that speaking from experience. When I was on Raw, I felt like it was so freaking hard for me to get over. I couldn't wait to get to SmackDown. When they moved me to SmackDown, bam, I started getting over.
Yeah.
It wasn't as, I wouldn't say it wasn't as much talent over there, but it just wasn't as crowded. I had a chance to really, get my shine on. I remember when I was in WCW, Monday night was crowded. Thursday night was crowded. Saturday night wasn't crowded. I was like, man, on that Saturday night show, man, I'll main event every week. I know my popularity is going to go up. So you got to know how to, you got to know how to find yourself. You got to know how to, and for me, I was always about getting the most TV time. Man, I wasn't thinking like these guys think today. TV time, man, worth its weight in gold. I knew I couldn't pay for it. So I said, man, put me on the main event and let me shine. Stick around, you're in the Hall of Fame. Guys, we'll be back in a minute. Can you dig it, sucker?
You're listening to the Hall of Fame. Here's Booker T and Brad Gilmore.
Hey guys, this is Booker T, 6-time world champ and 2-time WWE Hall of Famer, inviting you to check out the official podcast feed of the Booker T Roast. Episodes of the Roast will be debuting the month of October, and they are guaranteed to be good. Subscribe and follow the feed now on your favorite podcast app and leave a rating and review. Now, can you dig that? Sucker! Can you dig it, sucker?
You're listening to the Hall of Fame. Here's Booker T and Brad Gilmore.
Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame, guys. Getting close to wrapping this thing up. So you got these super chats. I tell you, you better get them in. Do it. Do it now.
We got a couple here in. I'm sorry, my internet's lagging just a little bit. We have a couple here in that we need to get to. So this goes to Callie Toenail, who says, what's your take on Jake Paul vowing him and Logan are coming for the Usos in the future? You think Jake is good enough for the ring? IDK about that punch at CJ.
No, I don't think Jake is built for this. And the thing is, some people got it, some people just don't. It's just the way it is. I mean, Jake's good at what he does as far as going out there throwing hands inside that square circle. But wrestling is a different type of animal. And I just see the difference in the love of the game by the performance alone. Seriously.
Mm-hmm.
Normally in this business, you don't have to actually know how to do it. You just have to act like you know how to do it. Normally, when you act like you know how to do it, you've loved it for many, many years. I remember watching this guy on television. I'm not going to say his name, and I was sitting at home on my sofa before I ever started wrestling, and I've been watching wrestling since I was a kid, and I go, man, if this guy could do it, I know I should be doing this because I could do it better than him right now. That's what I was thinking, sitting on my sofa. And I was better than him. So, that's the way it normally goes,
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, from Jake, I don't see it now.
No, not at all.
But I could be wrong. I mean,
You're not wrong.
Well, I say this because his brother Logan, such a freak athlete, just has no right to be as athletic as he is, right? And when we saw him at the WrestleMania in Dallas, you're like, okay, yeah, this guy can work. I still stand behind too. Dallas WrestleMania this year at 38, still the best use of celebrities ever. You had so many great celebrity moments at WrestleMania this year in Dallas. Logan Paul and even Johnny Knoxville showed up and hit one out of the park. There's somebody else on the card. Who was the other celebrity match this year? There wasn't there a third one? Am I wrong?
I don't think so.
I felt like there was another celebrity involvement. I felt like there was one other one. Maybe I'm wrong.
Might have been, yeah.
But anyway, besides the point, Pat McAfee. That's what I was thinking. Pat McAfee.
Yeah, but he's not he's part of the crew now.
Yeah, he's part of the crew.
Yeah.
So I don't think that Jake could jump in and be at any of those guys' levels. And I'm including Johnny Knoxville in it. And I hope that people don't take offense. Jake doesn't take offense to that. He's done well in the boxing realm, but I just don't put him in that category because to me, that's the bar now. A Logan Paul, a Bad Bunny, a Pat McAfee, even an entertainment factor like a Johnny Knoxville. That's the bar for celebrity involvement, in my opinion. Like now, we as wrestling fans are conditioned to see stuff that good.
I look at things from like a different perspective. Just because I've been in this thing for so long. When I look at somebody like Logan Paul, who has done so well in the few matches that he's had, like I said, you got to really love this game, and you have to have it's got to be something in you. Like for me, like I said, when I first got in the ring, it was like deja vu. It seemed like I did it forever. It didn't take me long to figure it out at all. It really didn't. If I would have had a script to actually go by too, it would have been a little bit easier for me. But with someone like Jake Paul getting into it, it's going to be a whole lot different because he now have to learn something. He really just trying to be a part of it, and it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy for Jake Paul to pick up professional wrestling at all. And the thing is, just think about this for 1 second. Logan Paul was able to go out there and do that in front of how many thousand people?
70, 80.
My point is you got to really feel comfortable in doing something in front of that many people for your first time. You got to know you can pull it off. You know what I mean? And you got to love it to be able to pull it off. And that's the problem right there. You know what I mean? And I put Logan Paul in a different category than anybody that I've ever seen jump inside a wrestling ring and, actually, like I always say, you don't actually have to know how to do it. You just have to act like you know how to do it, and very well.
And he definitely checks that.
He passed that test. Am I right?
100%, man. I mean, you had people who are Logan Paul detesters, right? Out here saying after his match at Crown Jewel, hey, man, this guy could be the world champion.
No, I'm serious.
And did you see the picture from Crown Jewel where he's jumping off the top to do the Superman punch, and Roman's sitting there waiting on him. It's one of the coolest wrestling pictures in recent memory.
Oh man, that kid, he went out and did something, like I say, that is uncommon. You know, it's something that you got to be special to actually be able to pull it off. So, like I said, I put that on him. That's why I say, you think Jake Paul will be able to do that in 6 months?
Hell no.
A year.
Jake Paul barely beat Anderson Silva.
No, I'm just saying, you know. So
I'm just playing.
I just think it'll be much harder for him to be able to pull something off like that.
We got another super chat here from Mr. Philadelphia. Hey guys, if you had to caption a War Games match against each other, who would you pick to be on your teams? You can pick from WWE, AEW, or Reality of Wrestling. Okay, Book, me and you, War Games match. We got to pick our teams from any of the 3 major companies, including Raw. I don't know if you want to go first.
Man, War Games, if we had to pick 4. Man, I'm definitely going to take Randy Orton. You know, Randy Orton's always been one of my guys that always worked on the next level. If I could get another guy from the main roster, it probably would be Omos. You know, because I need a big man to be able to, you know, pull up the rear. But if I could get one guy that I knew could, you know, coach that team and make sure everything's on track, it'd probably be my boy Daniel Bryan. Always been high in my fave 5, you know. And then I would probably come down and pick up, you know, someone like Ed Stone from Reality of Wrestling. Throw him in there and, you know, make sure, you know, he get the rub as well.
Okay, I like your team. I like it. So you got Randy, Omos, Daniel Bryan, and Ed Stone.
Yeah.
Right? And yourself. I'm going me, obviously. I got to pick myself to be in the team. I got to make my debut. It's War Games, so I want to come out last. You know what I mean? After everybody else is out there, I want to come out last. I'm going to go me. I'm going to go Brock Lesnar. Easy choice. Bobby Lashley. Blake Cortez from Reality of Wrestling. And then I'll go with give me someone from AEW. Give me somebody who wants to jump off of something, because you got to jump off the cage. Give me Sting.
You sure you don't want to take Wardlow?
Wardlow's a good one too. Yeah. Wardlow's good. Yeah, I like Wardlow.
The reason I gave you Wardlow is because you got all those muscle guys on your team. It's just a bunch of lactic acid building up. You know what I mean? By the time the middle of that match, you know, get going, all those guys are going to be so damn tired from all that muscle build up. It ain't going to be funny.
Serious. And Omos is a real workhorse.
Look here, Omos. Still lactic acid going to build up there. That's just natural muscle. You know, all those guys you just pick all jacked up. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Well, it says war. It says War Games.
That's it.
War.
That's why I picked the team. That's why I picked the team from a strategy perspective. I didn't just go pick a bunch of guys, a bunch of what do you call them? Dumbbells.
You do me a favor. You call Brock and Bobby a dumbbell next time you see him. Next time you see him, I want you to keep that energy. Call him a dumbbell.
I'm talking about
Bobby Dumbbell.
I'm talking about as far as guys working out. You don't know what a dumbbell is. It's actually something you work out with. Okay.
Yeah.
You may not know that because
I'm aware.
The last time you saw a gym, how fast were you going? 60, 75. You know what I mean? So I get it. I understand. You know what I mean? So yeah, there's no diss.
No diss. No diss, but okay. I think I win the War Games match. But you know what, Book? You got to get to Galveston, you know, and do whatever you old folks do out there. You know, look at the water and go bird watching or what have you. And I got to go to the gym.
I got my buddy went gym. Well, you got a meeting. You got a job you going to look at. You ain't even got a pair of gloves to work out with. So you might want to stop at Walmart first and pick up a pair. Okay. But we got to get out of here, man. We out of the super chats. We good.
We out of the super chats.
Hey, man, I want to thank everybody for stepping inside the Hall of Fame, getting the champagne, which is Caviar Dreams. Hey, guys, don't forget to check me out on Tuesday. NXT going down. Can't wait to get there, man. Bradley, as always, appreciate you. All the chatters, all you guys, appreciate you, man. Shuggy, duggy, quack, quack. We up out this mug. Peace.